In our last video on the Alaska cruise series, we were leaving Glacier Bay on our way to Hoonah, then Skagway. Now in this video, we take a family whale watch where we saw plenty of wildlife out of Hoonah. Then on to Skagway, where we take the scenic railway to White Pass and follow the path of the gold rush. I'm Steve.
I'm Nancy, and together with Mars, the blind Sheltie,
And Phoebe, the warrior princess.
we are living our dream.
Our goal is to travel the U.S. and Canada in our 2016 Tiffin Open Road.
While spreading the messages taught to us by our pets.
Keep smiling.
And be kind.
Join us on our travels by subscribing to our channel as we continue our great adventure.
And don't forget to leave us a comment to let us know how we are doing.
Hoonah is located in the inland waterways forming the southern tip of Alaska. It's only accessible via boat or plane. From the cruise dock, we took a sky tram to the city and walked around a little while. So we get on the gondola to go.
Get on the gondola.
Which color gondola? Gonna tell you.
Sandy,
Good morning.
get off first, so I know when to get off.
Can you make it? Oh man, this rocks more than the boat.
We better
Want to come in?
What crap? Where's Irene?
Oh, she's right there.
You lost her.
She's sitting there. Didn't you see the face she made?
I don't think you were supposed to get on this one.
Her hands were like this.
Looks like somebody's getting ready for a Jeep tour. As we waited on our shuttle, we took a look around and spied a family of Canada geese, amongst a few other things. Wonder how many forms of transportation we're going to take to get there. After the tram ride, we had to catch a small shuttle to the hub in Hoonah.
This is kind of the center of town here, City Hall on the left. See a couple of totem poles there in front of City Hall. The one on the, well, the lighter one went up about a month ago. The yellow cedar still looks yellow. The other one went up about 4 years ago. The same carvers that carved those two poles are carving a pole right here under this overhang. It's going to be a fisherman's memorial pole. It's going to go down at the harbor. Up there, the red building up on the left is our Hoonah City Schools. Last day of class was last Friday. We had 110 kids in this school, the same building, K through 12. We had a small senior class this year of 3 people. Last year it was 9. It's usually 4 to 6. But this year, I mean, even if you're number 3, it looks good on your resume, right? You don't have to say anything. Up here in this big cottonwood tree, the one without all the leaves on it, you see a big eagle's nest up there. It is an active eagle's nest up there. They're not there right now because we have kind of a low tide going on here and they're out fishing, I'm sure. But we've seen them come back to that nest right there in the middle of everything for the last 14 years. And the same 2 eagles come back to the same nest. It's kind of neat. Eagles are mates for life. When they find their mate, that's it. They're done looking. And these 2 have had 2 babies there every year that I've seen for the last 14. It's kind of neat. We see the babies mid-August or so. And all of a sudden you look up there and they've popped out on the edge of the nest and they don't look like mom and dad because it takes them 5 to 7 years to get their white crowns.
Hoonah is probably the smallest town we visited on our cruise, but it was one of our favorites. You could walk through town in under 5 minutes, but it was chock full of things to see that made you realize this town was built on the sea and all it provides. Downtown Hoonah, Alaska. Is that a rain chain?
He went to UT at Dallas.
Later, we picked up our whale watch in the harbor from Hoonah Travel Adventures. And this is how you access the harbor at low tide.
When you get in front of your dad,
Yeah.
don't stay in front of you.
Part of the tour. Okay, yeah. Was that part of the fun house?
That's what it feels like, one of those fun houses you go in.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome aboard. Nice and warm. Yeah.
Thank you.
Did I hear you say you had a very guy on the beach over in Kempy?
So you notice that your seats are marked with life jacket numbers? Except for you. You get the first aid kit though. So there is a decal in the back of my seat that shows you how to put it on. But I have a funny feeling if we get that far, we're going to figure it out. We do have a marine head on board. Okay, it's like an RV toilet, so we treat it gingerly. Okay.
Denise, our guide, belonged to one of the local clans of indigenous people. And her stories were great. We found out she had to get permission to tell us those stories.
Stories, songs, dances, artwork all belong to a clan, and in order to use them, you have to get permission. Okay, which I have done. Now, one of the stories I tell it was taught to me by my dad, so he's one of the elders, so kind of cheated a little bit. Being in a small town, I'm going slow because my brother is the harbor master. He'll tell on me. He has actually before, so he is a younger brother.
Interestingly enough, the first stop that we stopped to look for whales was right next to the cruise ship. The game we kept playing with whales was, did we see any tails? Denise took us to several locations on the bay, and we always seemed to see whales somewhere.
There was no tail on that one.
She was also on the radio with the other boats.
Look, he's above the water. Get it wrong?
The whales were just outside the cannery. Next, we were on the lookout for a bear. Sure enough, we spotted one.
Distance. He looks but he looks pretty big. They all, some of them can be blonde or kind of reddish, or yeah, they all vary. Oh, that's a big boar.
I was gonna say he looks like he's pretty big.
When my people were pushed out here, we didn't know a lot of the foods and the resources. And it was what the elders called a starving time.
Even with the cloudy, misty weather, the scenery was spectacular. But we weren't through spotting more whales.
There he is. Let's see, he's showing tail.
Hey, we got some tail.
Maybe he's getting ready to die.
Next up, we spotted an otter with its baby on board. now you're going to put, he's got your weight now.
She'll come up and grab him. I see him do that. Yeah, she watch. She's good. That's not in here. Yeah, first time I've been out this far this year.
Oh, it's waving.
They weren't always easy to capture, but we saw plenty of tail. And then we ran across a pod of dolphins. Then we found these two sunning themselves on a buoy. Really? I've never been on a wildlife tour where we've seen so much wildlife up close. Kudos to Denise and Hoonah Travel Adventures. But sadly, it was time to head back. We were having such a great time, Denise almost got distracted.
Talking and I wasn't paying attention.
You didn't bump it yet?
Yeah, that's my uncle's boat. It'll cost me a banana. I bumped it last year and he says, "Oh, that's a loaf of banana bread."
We still had a little time before the cruise ship left, so we took a walk around town, including the cannery. When they say it's a cannery, they mean putting the fish in the can. Interesting. The old cannery in Hoonah was a unique combination of museum-style exhibits around the fishing industry and the old cannery, as well as shops for the tourists. Gas drums, that's what she talked about. Fire that burned it down. And of course, Nancy found a beach.
ends here. Too bad that's not our boat, though. Back up to catch the gondola.
After visiting Hoonah, we had another overnight sail on the inland waterways of Alaska. Our destination, Skagway, the launching point for many of those seeking their fortunes in the Klondike Gold Rush in the Yukon in the late 1890s.
We are now in Skagway. About to take the scenic train, which crosses into Canada.
Yeah, because you can get Verizon's here. Yeah, Verizon works here. After disembarking the ship, we immediately headed over to the railway station to board the White Pass Railway, which took us on the same trail that the gold miners ventured on foot to cross White Pass into the Yukon Territory in search of gold.
All aboard.
It was interesting to hear about the gold miners and how few actually struck it rich. The ones who got rich were the ones selling supplies to the miners, because they were required to have enough supplies to last them a winter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I did just get word from our conductor that you can go outside on those exterior platforms. Those platforms are located in the front or back of your train car.
About halfway into our journey, we had to sit on a side rail so that a passing train going back to Skagway could make it by us.
As you can see, that train on the High Line upwards and to the left-hand side still needs to make their way down the mountain. It's here at Glacier Station that we have a mile or so of siding track that we're able to pass other trains. So once again, that train is going to pass us on the left. Of course, we have to wait for it.
As we climbed higher up the pass, the snow became more prevalent. The true richness of this trip for us was the vastness and variety of the scenery, along with the tales of those who ventured here in search of their dreams. This was just a short round-trip tour, and we just turned around at the top of the pass. But it was well worth it for the history and the scenery.
The obelisk, which is the border of Canada.
So I guess we didn't need our passport after all. On the way down, we passed another train. This time, we got to see one of the few remaining steam engines.
I hear it. could feel the heat.
After we returned to Skagway, we ventured around the city, and it was a combination of locals living their lives and shops and museums dedicated to the tourists.
That's where the port and the cruise ships are. Maybe it's Main Street, not sure. Well, there's one totem. There you go, Mark. You need one of these. That'll clear the road out. Good. I bet. Oh, yeah. That way. And that's the city of Skagway. Going back to the cruise ship. Be a nice little RV park to stay at. What's that? I don't think it's painted silver. I think it's just a shade. Yeah, the shape. Are we on this side? Nope, we don't.
In our next and final video on this Alaska cruise series, we visit the capital of Alaska, Juneau, and take a helicopter ride to a glacier. Then on to Sitka, Ketchikan, and finally Vancouver, Canada, where we disembark. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give us a like and subscribe to see more of our travels, both in and out of the RV. Till next time, keep smiling and be kind. Safe travels, everyone.